Alright guys, hello. Let's see if this works. It's been a long time since I streamed. So I'll just make sure everything's up and running first. Sign into the chat as well. There we go. Okay, maybe there's an issue. Hold on, I can fix that. I'm switching back to a different Streamlabs OBS for this one, so. Maybe this will work better. Check it out. Does that work better? Is it in mono now? The sound? That's a good point. Better. That's cool. So is the volume all right as well? So this is partially a stream to, because I was going to practice anyway, and I thought I might as well do practicing my low poly and practicing some streaming for a change. I have to get close. I'm close into 300k subscribers now, and for the first 100k subscribers and for this 200k, I did a 24-hour live stream, and I said I wasn't going to do one again probably, but then it's been a few years now, so I forgot how tough it is to do a live stream for 24 hours. So I sort of forgot that one, and I'm going to probably do it again now. So in 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to do my 24-hour stream, I think. That's cool. I'm glad it sounds better. Hope everyone's good. I know this is probably an awkward time for, especially for Europe. I know it's like 3 a.m. there, 4 a.m. in the morning, so it's probably not ideal. But I'm going to be moving into a different location in just a moment, because this room is right side next to my son. So he's having me talk and stream. So I'd rather just move to a different location in the house to decorating a different place. Sorry, be better. Oh yeah, it's great for a fellow Aussie, yeah, of course. Well, if you're working from home, I guess, or if you can watch wherever you're at, that's good. Oh yeah, 24-hour live stream. I thought that those would actually, because that was the trend back here, like 3 years ago. It was a trend for people to do a live stream. Not a live stream, but I did this for 24 hours. I ate only yellow food for 24 hours, or I stayed in the shed in the garden for 24 hours. And I thought, well, I can do that. I can model for 24 hours. And if I'm going to make a video about it, I might as well record it. So I did a 24-hour live stream. I'd say that it's pretty straight. I did have like a cooling bag next to me, and I had some sandwiches and drinks. And then I think I had like 5-minute breaks every 2 or 3 hours just to run away and do, I don't know, something. So that was it. All right, thanks guys. Seems like everything's working. The upload stream, is the quality all right? I guess nothing's really moving, so like the quality should be fine. So we've got some people coming in here still. It's cool. All right. Oh, still 58 viewers. I was expecting maybe 10 or something. Thanks. So I'm gonna be doing some modeling. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to have my chat active on the side here so I can see you guys. If you have any questions, do an @sign @Infancia, and then just drop your, I don't know, questions, and hopefully I'll be able to see it. Nice. So here we go. Let's get started. And I've been toying a little bit with the new character concept. So I've been doing my low poly characters for quite some time, and I do them really basic for a purpose, because I want it to be accessible for anyone to create their own little characters. And also the rig that I've been creating is very basic too. Usually I just have an armature, and I only do IK for the legs, and I don't really do IK for arms, because IK and FK switching is really awkward and difficult. So I'm going to be doing like the next level of progression. So when you learn the basics, then you can probably step it up to slightly more highly detailed quality versions, and also a rig. And last week I practiced to actually create my first custom rig. I've used Rigify in the past, which is super cool and a real time saver. But I was thinking, if I need to do some creatures like monsters that I'll be getting into in a few episodes as well, maybe it'll have extra arms or extra limbs, or I don't need all the facial bones. And also the way you export the rig from Unity or from Blender to Unity sometimes there's issues with the Rigify one that, you know, it has a lot of excessive stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to learn how to create my own custom rigs. So, and hopefully I'll be able to streamline that workflow a little bit better for you guys. So, oh, the biggest spider, Ifman. It's a huntsman spider so far, and it was about, I guess, like that big. So size of my face or something, or like a palm. But that's with legs, so the body itself was not huge, but it was crawling around upstairs, and my daughter, who's 9, shouted, "Ah, there's a spider!" And then just as I was going to go out to grab it, it ran into the corner of a ceiling, which we cannot reach because it's super high in one of the ceilings. So we had to get a Nerf gun. My daughter was shooting the Nerf guns, and when it fell down, I had to take a bucket and put over the spider, and then I slid like a cardboard thing. A magazine or stuff wouldn't really fit under the bucket, so I had to like break a cardboard off, and then we went out to throw it out. So that was a pretty cool experience. But huntsmen are not dangerous, so they look a little bit intimidating. No drop bears, no. I think I heard a drop bear in the garden, but I didn't dare to go out and see it. So how's the background dark in Blender? Man is asking. I've customized it a little bit because when I was doing stuff, I actually enjoyed having a bit of a difference. So in themes here, I've customized it. I think it's in the user face. There's so many settings here. Or is it the viewport? I don't even know. So, but I actually ended up liking it with the gradient. It's probably not ideal for streaming because it'll probably corrupt the view, but let me know if that's an issue. I've also changed, I'm testing out a new method when it comes to the more detailed characters. I've actually created a new one here. Actually, you can see it here in UV editing. And it's, I'm going to be making cyberpunk characters to begin with. And I just Googled a lot of reference images for cyberpunk, and I grabbed gradients that are appropriate for that one. And also I'm not doing linear shading. So if we look in the shader here, I've set up my material super simple. It's just got that gradient texture plugged into base color. And then there's hardly, the only change that I've made is I've changed this one from linear interpolation to closest, because then it grabs the pixel values instead. And I'm trying to find a balance where I do, for this, for example, if I take this cube, we'll go to here and scale it down a bit, scale X 0.1, and then let's move it up to a gradient here. Then I can get these effects, because I did that on my previous character. So let's do it like that, or actually I'll rotate it. If we do like this from the front here, I'll do project from view, grab it again here, scale it on the x-axis, scale it down. Then I can get pretty cool gradients, because characters, I think I want to have them naturally fade from a bright color towards dark further down, whether it's like a cloak or a clothing or something like that. So I think I want to do that. And we've seen a couple of more questions before I start the modeling session here. Cool to hang out. This isn't fair. I've been putting off going to work to watch your best challenge. Now you're going live when you... I have 5 minutes to get ready and leave. Sorry about that. You have to watch the repeat. And I'll be mixing up the streaming hours a little bit. So hopefully should be able to catch one. I need to practice my streaming a little bit more. So. All right. Oh yeah, I'm glad you liked that. So the Pixpal palette is still going to be a thing, of course, because that's a good workflow for picking quick colors and getting the reflections and the emissions and everything like that. So I'm just testing out a new concept to go with these characters, so I'll probably end up with a separate palette. I also had a request in my Discord to create a simpler Pixpal palette, because it's still a little bit overwhelming maybe with the Pixpal one, because it's got quite a lot of colors. So I think that's stressful musical. So I think what I'm going to be doing for my, I'll do a lighter version of it as well, but maybe only like 16 colors or something, also with emission, because then in true pixel art style, usually fewer colors are better, so it's a bit easier to pick a thematically correct color then. So we'll go. All right, take care. Good luck in work. So all right, let's get started with it. Cube here. I can take the camera away, don't need that one. There's no transparency. No, no, and there's a good reason for not having transparency in the Pixpal palettes. That actually tested that. The problem with it is that you have to have a dedicated material in a game engine that is transparent, and the sorting order is getting all mixed up. So if you want to support alpha transparency in that material, then everything would have to on that material would have to be rendered in the render queue for transparency, and that also has inherent problems with sorting because transparency in game engines is a little bit finicky. So I opted to not have that in the material by itself. And my recommendation would be, in those cases that you do need transparency, I would separate those meshes and assign a different material, or even treat it as a separate object altogether, and that would be your transparency materials instead. Then the sorting will be correct, because the sorting of an object that has transparency will go how far away it is from the camera. That's where it'll be sorted. So then you can actually, if you have a windscreen or something on a model, then you can put that windscreen in the correct place of the car, and the sorting will work a little bit better. So I recommend using separate objects for those. Oh no, I don't sound Australian. I can't even fake Australian accent for some reason. Sometimes I can fake different accents, but not Australian. Unless I say "g'day, mate," then that's probably the only thing I can say. But I don't know why. It's I don't think I'll be able to pick it up even. It's I like the accent though. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just gonna get a few. I think I've got about 2-3 hours or something tops. So we'll see. I have no idea how far I'll get in this session, but it's gonna be fun. I just have to figure out some type of a character to make. So let's make try to do one with a coat on today. So a cyberpunk character I want to do, because for Ultranova, I've got a little bit of cyberpunk-inspired music, and then I thought it'll be some cool colors, so I'll do that. And let's see, I'm gonna be doing. Also, I should mention. See what I've got. Big tools. Yeah, I don't need any of those. So grab this one and then just change it to a plain color for now. Sometimes I like to model just with a base color or whatever. And then we'll go to edit, auto mirror, on. It's our start. Scale it down. And usually when I make characters, I want to make sure that they're shorter than 2 meters, because if you do a level design of a platformer or something, it's nice to be able to have blocks that are either 1 or 2 meters in size. And if you make your character anything below 2 meters, it'll be easier for them to navigate through door frames, and you can actually design your levels. And I think the average human height is like 175 or something, so I'll probably do a character that's about that length or something. And also what's going to be new for this rig, and I'll be able to do my custom rigging testing on that one, is I'm going to have maybe some sort of a coat on this character. And I'm also going to try slightly different topologies, which I did in my previous character. In the thumbnail, you saw probably a different character that I did for a trial run as well. And then, let's see. Yeah, with a coat. I'm curious to see Neo. Yeah. I think I'll see. I probably won't copy Neo. I'll just do some generic character here. Let's see, we've got. And here's my 1 meter line, and I think I want to put the torso a little bit below, down here. I think will be good. And then I think the top of the character is going to be up about the 170 mark. Would be good. And we'll go E to extrude here. And here's a bit of a different school. On the character that I did last week, I actually tried to do this topology where I extruded it down. And I could do that again. The problem is that if you put a loop cut through the leg, it'll like run all the way up the whole body and up into the head. So I think a better topology still, even though I tried a different one for the other character, is still to do this shape. So I'll go for that one here as well. And then rotate this one. Need to move it. The reason why, I'll show that in a second now. It's because now when I have a topology like this, if I need to put a loop cut through the leg to get some additional shape, then I can press Ctrl R here, and the loop cut just runs along the pants here. So for this character, I'm still going to be using this topology instead. So, and since I'm making less well, they're still going to be cartoony, but I make them a little bit less, I don't know, cute, little crisply characters. So I'm going to make them probably a little bit skinnier, so I can get better deformation when I animate them as well. So I'll just do down to here maybe, and then put some shoes on, put some like spacey boots on here. So E to extrude, S to scale. I should put screencast keys on. I'm just put a random playlist on as well. Is the volume on the music all right, or what's that like? Justin says, excited to see your new style. Yeah, we'll see if it grows into something. I'm pretty excited about it. Should be fun. I have to rearrange my windows. I'm modeling on an ultra wide, so I have to try to arrange my like tiles so I can see the chat on the side here. And then we'll bring it down to here. And then I'm gonna grab, I'll make some boots for this character. And then I want to make sure that this is right on 0. So then let's do some a bit smaller, these boots here. It's E to extrude, scale. All right. So since I'm going to put a coat on this character, it's not going to be too visible, whatever I do up here, unless it's poking his leg out. It's going to be a challenge to rig that one. I'm excited to give it a go. So I'll put a belt on him as well. S to scale, Control R, loop cut, Control R. So it'll still have a lot of the elements from my previous style as well. And I'll probably reshape him in a minute as well. Okay, here's an issue. Picky about that. There we go. Oh, and then we'll do torso here. And E to extrude. See from the front here. So I need to give enough room for the head. I think I'm going to be bringing everything down a little bit further still, the torso legs. Need to extrude. So this will be a lot of trial and error for me today, since I'm trying a little bit new style. See how it goes. Usually it looks horrible in the beginning anyway, so then I just... Another thing, when it comes to the shoulders, it's a bit of a similar dilemma to what it is like with the legs. So you can decide whether you want to just extrude the arm like this, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale. And then if I put a loop cut on, it'll go straight through like this. The other method of doing it is to do it like this, where you bring this one in, this one up, and this one up. And you can actually bring this one in again, like this. And you extrude the arms from under here, like by the armpits instead. The benefit of doing it this way is that when you do a loop cut, then you'll get it so you can define the shoulder a little bit more. So, but for this one, I'm going to be trying some different ones. So by changing the legs back to the way I used to do it, I'll try that today. And I'll do the more like simpler arms where you just extrude it out like this instead. And here's a dilemma, because I'm going to be putting a coat on this one, and I think I'll be modeling the character without the coat first and then adding it. So I'll probably just do arms, and I'll do a slightly, instead of a straight T pose, it's better, I found, to do it a little bit more like a relaxed A pose. Because the deformation, usually you don't put the arms straight up. Your range of motion is mostly around in this area. Actually, I'll be able to use maybe the grease pencil to show. So if I model the arm like this, the motion that's going to be good is like in this range with the least amount of deformation. Whereas if I model it facing this way, Control Z, if I model it this way, then the range of motion, like you'll put your arms above your head, might work better, but you don't really do that, and there'll be more deformation when you bring the arms down towards the body. And instead of a T pose, I'll probably do an A pose on this one. So we've got a tutorial idea, rock band, drummer, that'd be crazy. I think for this one I'm going to stick with some cyberpunk characters, but it's cool. I'll put that in my memory. Rotate, E to extrude, rotate. And then I'm going to be doing hands on these one as well. And instead of just doing, so the absolutely most primitive characters I usually do like this, a clump for hands, because if you're making a super small platform, you usually don't need fingers. And then for my recent characters, I've been doing hands like these, which are scale on the y-axis, and then I usually just do a palm and a thumb. And for this one, I'm going to be doing hands that have a palm, a thumb, but also an index finger, because if you're holding a weapon, these characters will be a little bit closer. So then I want to be able to grip a weapon and then pull the trigger on that weapon too. So I'm probably going to do a little bit more of a hand detail on this. Let's try it out. And to scale it, since I'm doing an A pose, it's a little bit more tricky than the T pose because it's not going to be all aligned in the correct axis. So what I'll do here is I'm going to press period and I'm going to press comma and switch to normal, because then my axis will be in the direction of the normals of that face. So then I can scale on the x-axis a little bit easier. Yeah, you have to just be aware that the axis is switch a little bit. So, and then I'll do E to extrude, and then here I'll be doing something to fix the fingers. So actually I'll do that one, E to extrude, then Control R like this, and I'll probably still keep it simple thumb, but I'll start with the fingers here. And to split this one, if you do it the proper way, you'd have to do like a line split like this, and you don't want all of this extra geometry. So what I'm going to do is I'll select these two, right click and do subdivide, and then GG to slide this one, because I want the index finger to be able to come out here. And then I'll just extrude this one. Okay, before I do that, I think I want to flatten the palm a little bit. So let's see, and then okay, I'll do that probably before I even put that subdivision in. Scale X, it'll be making it a little bit easier, so something like that. And probably have it a little bit bigger still. This. And then I have to look at my palm. So this is too long. I'll bring that on into there. So if the thumb is going to come out here, E to extrude. Then again, looking at my palm roughly, I'll just do something like that. Right click, subdivide. And since I'm not doing 5 fingers, I'll get away with just having like the index finger here. So, and here I'll extrude this one. That's going to be the index finger, scale and move, and then E to extrude the rest of the fingers. And then I'll just grab these. And I'm going to also put like a natural curve a little bit to the hand. So if you have a relaxed hand like this, I'm going to keep a bit of a bend to it. So I'll bring it up slightly, Control minus on the keypad, rotate it down, Control minus, R to rotate, E to extrude, S to scale, R to rotate, E to extrude, like that maybe. So and again, I'll just look at my own hand. I should probably have some better reference images, so maybe I'll, for the next session, might do that one. I'm not a hand anatomy expert. Actually, it makes me think of Seinfeld, the episode where George was a hand model. He was super careful with his hands. And topology, I probably researched topology a little bit more for the thumb as well, because it's not really ideal that it's coming out like this, because you want the natural curve. When you bend the fingers, it's going to be bending around this axis here. But the thumb is a bit of an awkward one, because it's going to come down like this instead. So I'll probably just rotate the viewport, try to find a good natural, like relaxed way for the thumb, because I have to remember now it's going to be folding in the other direction inwards here. Debatable which topology. There's no, I guess, super right or wrong. So let's see. Little Spoogie. Blender is so fun. I would love a job doing this. Oh, AI is taking over. Don't worry about that much. So AI is an interesting topic. I usually try to stay away from it on my channel because most people are like, they don't like to talk about it when it comes to creative stuff. So I think it'll still be a while before it replaces 3D modeling, and for a few years at least, it'll still have the inherent problem that it'll create loads of cool stuff. It'll create random stuff, but someone needs to translate that into something that's cohesive. So AI might be able to do that in the end, but if we were thinking about that with everything, then you wouldn't need to do anything, I guess. So I'd probably just try to not be too discouraged about it. Use it to your advantage instead. Just get ideas maybe as concept art or something. By subdividing it like this, you end up with, oh yeah, end-on, that's good. Well, I'm gonna fix that in a way, because the end-on there is not so good. That's a very good point. What I'll do is I'm gonna just press J and link these together. So I will break the quad topology, which is a shame. But I still have some triangles here, and the odd triangles I would argue is still okay. So there might be a better way to do it. To be honest, I should probably do that maybe on the second split. So what I'll do here is I'll subdivide this one too. So right click, subdivide, right click, subdivide, because then I'll still get a little bit better detail here. So I'll connect these up, J, J, DG, and then I'll do the triangles here instead, J, J. Arguably, you could also do that at the wrist. Maybe I'll do that. Sorry for changing my mind a little bit here, but it's a very good point. So I'll probably do it like this instead. Subdivide. Link these up, J, because then I get a little bit more freedom to do the hand. And then here, I think I'll just link it up. Maybe there's a way to get rid of those triangles too, actually. Right click, subdivide. J, and then J. So now at least I don't have n-gons, so I've got triangles, which could be an issue. We'll find out in a while if it's going to be an issue or not. And I also need some more deformation cuts here, so I'll loop cut that one, loop cut this, loop cut, loop cut. So it doesn't need to be perfect, but I do need the fingers to be able to wrap around something. I should probably have some loop cuts here as well to deform the thumb a little bit better. Maybe something like that. A quad has 4 verts, n-gon is where you have 5 or more, exactly, yeah. So a triangle would be good. You're saying why they'd be bad and you have no idea. There is actually a reason for it. It's especially when you deform things. If it's static, it's not too bad. If it's a flat surface that's static, you could really have an n-gon. It's the way the shading falls, because in the end game, the GPU will triangulate everything anyway at some point. It's all going to be triangles in the end, so it's how it shades it. But more importantly, it's when you animate something and you have an n-gon and you distort that one, then you'll get artifacts. It will start breaking the polygon quite a bit. So for deformation zones, if you had like one large n-gon, it's no good. The GPU will create triangles in some weird ways, probably. Okay, so that's going to be not a perfect hand, but for my purpose for now, I think it'll do. I'll spend a little bit more time on the station. I use the middle mouse button a lot to just rotate the model so I can see like in 3D space. And I'm not going to be subdividing this, so I'm not too, because that's another problem when you subdivide things. It could be an issue. So it's going to be interesting to put the coat on this one. I'll have to see if I regret not integrating it into the body. So I think, because yeah, I'll give it a little bit more time before I do it. Rotate, Control R. I need some stuff here by the elbow as well. Like that. I'm debating. So I want the robe. I have to think a little bit more now before I do it. If I should do the robe separated or not. I also was thinking about interchangeable parts so that you can cut the model apart and have separate legs from different tops. The problem with doing the coat altogether separate is that when you animate, it's going to be very important with the way the weight painting is, because you might have the inner arm penetrate through the coat, so the weight painting becomes problematic. That's why it's better sometimes to do. And tricky. I'll do it separate for now, and we'll see. Maybe I can do a different character where I do the opposite. Lessons learned. So this is all about practice. Control R, another loop up there, and that's the base shape. GG. And then here for the head, I'm going to do I to inset, B for boundary. Bring that one up to there. And then think a little bit about the body curves here. Here's a tip as well. If the arm's in the way when you want to model the shape of the body, sometimes I just do Control plus, select all of this, and you can press H to hide it. And then it's still there, it's just hidden. Because now I can do Alt Z as well and focus a little bit. I'm probably going to do slightly arching of the lower back here. And then we have to put the bend into the knee as well, because when you rig it, it's very important that it's got a bit of a bend to it. So the IK knows which way to hold. And then here as well, I'll be doing here, and then bring the shoulders back, and probably bring the back of the shoulders up to here. And tweak it a little bit. Maybe like that. And then now I can extrude a neck. I'll probably do that here. E to extrude, so that's going to be the neck. And then heads, I did try, I put it on my Twitter, so if you, or X, so if you haven't seen there. Oh no, I put it in the Discord. I tried to model a face, and I spent a long time modeling the face, and it turned out I was happy with the topology, but it didn't fit the character, because the rest of the character is still so low poly that the face, it didn't make like a tremendous amount of sense. So I'm probably still gonna do pretty simplistic heads, but I will put eyes and eyebrows for a change. And probably this one will have a beard because it's going to be a guy. And when I'm happy with the shape here, maybe I also need to move this one out to shift. Let's see, where's my shift space? G. Okay, I don't get the gizmo now to control the tool, and it's because I've pressed space to start animation. So that's, if that's missing for you, that could be the reason why. Here, bring this in. This out. In these can probably come out a little bit too. BG, something like that. Alt H, I can actually reveal these things again now. Need to move that on again, checking the shape a little bit. And we also have to have the bend on the arm here. G, okay, Alt Z to see through. Grab all of these, just drag and drop the mark. R to rotate, and R to rotate these, and G to move them, and these back a little. And again, it's for this one will have IK for arms, so I can switch between forward and inverse kinematics. So I need the arm needs to be able to know which way to bend. That's why it's important to have. So that's going to be the base shape there, and then bring this in as well, comma, and then do period, bring this in, and round it a little bit more. This, and there's the belt. I'm sure I'll still figure out whether or not to do the coat as part of the upper body or not. There we go. And I think I'm going to be bringing the whole body with the lower part in a little bit. And here's another tip. If you're super unhappy with the way it looks, because now if you look at this, I'm going to, oh, how am I going to be able to salvage this and make a character out of it? Because it's starting to, it looks really weird. I've learned to try to ignore that a little bit and just accept the fact that it doesn't look that great in the beginning. It's all about just going over it over and over again and refining it until you're happier with it. So I'm seeing that the arms are too long, so let's bring that up. And the hands are probably too big. And you can also hold the control key and right mouse click to lasso select. And I think the reason here now is that the hands are too big. So scale them down a bit. And then I think it'll also look cooler when I've got the robe on this character. The last model that I made that I didn't stream, it was a female character with much skinnier limbs. So I'll probably do one of those soon again as well. Link is asking in Fancy, who's your favorite rock band other than Green Day? Okay, so you're presuming that that would be my favorite, of course. I don't really know many rock bands. I like Sabaton from Sweden a lot. I used to like Guns N' Roses as well back in the day because I was young in the 90s. That was cool. Alright, so for the head, I'm gonna be adding some detail to there as well. Need to fix the leg shape a little bit more. So again, do @Infenzia if you actually, is that not highlighting in the chat here? Let's see. There we go. Why is it not lighting up? It's supposed to, because I'm viewing the chat now inside of Streamlabs OBS, and it's not highlighting my name the way it does when you do chat in a Premiere. Okay, Alt Z. I can see through. Scale it down. And alright. Oh, these knees are terrible. And I think I'm also gonna do like a calf. So I'll put a loop cut here and then bring the calf out a little bit. Scale. There we go, maybe. Alright, so we'll find out. Okay, I should save this actually. I'll just save over the template for now. Oh, AC/DC. Midnight Oil. Oh, is it AC/DC Australia? I thought they were American. Guns N' Roses, yeah. Intro of Welcome to the Jungle. Probably the best intro ever made, I'd say. If you don't count Purple Motion's song from Future Cruise demo. That was the best. It was from, yeah. If you haven't heard that one, look it up on YouTube. Akadak. Oh, that's funny. GG. Alright, so I'm gonna have a collar and a belt. This character. Put some colors on it too. Maybe I should start putting some colors on already. So the legs are gonna be covered by like this coat thing. But I'll start with just... So I've grabbed a whole bunch of different gradients here. I'll probably start by just picking maybe like skin tones here. And then for the legs, I'll be doing something dark. And do, let's see, which I'll pick a color scheme. I'll probably go for like this underneath. And then I'll do a gray set of boots of some sort. Maybe this color scheme here, or grayy purple. I'm deliberately not going for solid saturated colors in a specific color, like pure red or pure shades, I've actually blended my gradients a little bit from different colors to go cooler and warmer in different directions. And then I'll put probably Control R, scale Z0. I can put a different color on the bottom feet here. The purple maybe. Okay, the calves are too short. Okay, I'll do, and then I'll put, and I think I want the belt to be outside the top now, so this is going to be interesting. I'll have to make the belt part of the upper body. And I also want to be able to change the legs and make modular characters, because that's one thing that I've been thinking about quite a bit that I'd want. So I'd probably make... I'll have to put a loop cut here. I'm thinking as I go now. Mark these. Alt-S to scale these out. This one too. Alt-S. And then do that. GG. Out there, and then I'll do like the top is going to come out. Okay, I keep forgetting this one. To there, and then Alt E to extrude long face normals, and that's going to be like the top is going to be like. So this could also be a little bit interesting when I do deformation zones later on. We'll see. I'll make it a little bit more. I can bring this one out. So it's going to be like as if he's got a top that's tucked in under the belt. Alt-Z to see through, DG to move it. And now I notice when I put a loop cut here, this could be a problem when I deform it, because it needs to really have a loop cut on the inside here as well. It's easy to forget. Because when you bend on this one, when you animate, if it doesn't have anything on the inside there, it could be problematic. We'll do it like that. Alt-Z, Alt-select on the edge there to loop select, and Control plus. Actually, I'm just going to do the belt for now. So let's make a grayish type of belt. We'll pick another gradient here. Maybe that one. No, darker it needs to be. There. Alt-Z, because I need to see through the back there. GG, slide it, and ooh, let's see. Interesting technique. I'll try that. Which technique were you thinking about? Cool that you found something useful. I don't know which technique you meant. GG, GG, and when I put like a top on this character underneath the robe or coat or whatever it's called. And the color of that is going to be a little bit inspired by something like Star Trek. I was always a Star Wars fan. But I felt like the pale, obviously scale 0 on the left side here. And then I'm going to put maybe just a turquoise top underneath here. Something like that. I've got issues here with the way the top falls behind here. We need to select there and scale on them. Rotate. Forgot you were streaming, Zana. What time? Are you up at this early hours? Because you are in the Netherlands, right? Or am I totally mistaken? I remember you'd been to Japan or something. You're welcome to watch even if it's late. right, so that's the top a little bit underneath there. Maybe I'll do a bit uncertain about what. That's a wide neck. I'm up. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah, I like the way you think. Well, you're welcome to hang out. GG. GG. So, interesting. Very different from what I normally do. This one. Scale. I think I want even darker pantsuit. And I'm gonna go for a darker color. You probably will never see this part, but I'm gonna go for, let's see if it's there. And do it like a natural shaded darker in there. And then I think for these I'm gonna make them darker as well. But they were super purple actually. Maybe I'll go a slightly different dark blue. I'll try some different. Maybe something like that one. And I'm gonna debate on how to change the colors on those. Probably not gonna be solid in the end. Put something different on the boots here as well. Scale Z0. Scale it. I'm gonna make it a little bit cyberpunky. Whatever that is. Don't even know what style that is. I might be saying that all wrong. But... different shade there. That's it. My legs are all wonky. Alright, so, and then here I have to do... I have to make the decision very shortly now if I'm going to do the coat as part of the upper body or not. So... a lot of tweaking. Make it a little bit skinnier. Okay, and I'm gonna need more space here actually. The coat to come. So decision. I'll save it first now, and then I'm gonna think now. How am I gonna do this coat? Scale Y. The problem here is if I want details here now, I cannot do a loop cut here. That's the benefit of going the other way with the arm, actually. Because then it would have been better. Okay, I'll think about that. So, trench coat time. I'll start by doing it. Let's see. I'm gonna need all of these polygons anyway. And it's gonna have something that comes down in the front. Underneath the arms, I'll need it. On the back. And all the way up to there. The front here I'll need to bring. And then it's gonna hang down over the belt here. So maybe this is a good selection to start with. I'll Shift D to duplicate it and S to scale it. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to decide pretty sure soon if I should have a part of it or not, which I'm leaning towards. It'd just be too easy for the low polygons to penetrate through the... If I twist this inner body now, if it's two separate objects, surely some of the polygons there will poke through. But I'll start like this anyway. G. Control select there. G to move that. And make the sleeves flare a bit more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll have to do this as part of the upper body instead. Makes sense. I'm gonna make it brown, like a leather. A scale 0. Oh, brown, I said. And see that the browns are going towards a purple there as well, instead of just going to the same color. I think that's going to put a little bit extra character to these characters. Ooh. Alright, and now I'm starting to think already now that I cannot have this as a separate coat. It's going to be a part of the upper body. So instead, I'm going to alt select these, P, separated by selection, and hide this one. And I think the decision has been made to make it part of the character then. So I'll duplicate that one as well as a backup, but let's scale this one, Control R, scale this one down. I think I also want the coat to hang out as close to the hands as I can. Even to the point where it's nearly overhanging it a little bit. Like. Now we'll put... So I'm going to treat this as my coat now. Let's put some stuff here like it looked like it was sewn a little bit different. Skin your arms a little bit there, and then I'll do thicker, thicker. I want to give it a little bit more character with some different styles. So I'll put a little badge here on the back of the arm or something. But I'll make it a tailor's cut here of the robe. And then here I'm going to also put, let's see if I do a loop cut here, get a little bit more geometry to do like some sort of a neck thing. So I want this part to come up. Let's see. I could actually do with some extra polygons in the head there, so I think I'm going to put this loop cut in there. Then I get a little bit more to work with here as well for the opening of the coats. Alt Z, Control selected there, GG, slide it from there, Control select it all the way in there, GG, slide. Yeah, that's right. The when I do the armature, I'm gonna have to do so. I'll create additional bones for the robe coming down here. So probably 1 or 2 in the center, and then 1 or 2 on the sides as well. So anything like that will take a lot longer to animate. I know in some game engines, Unreal Engine, for example, has got the Havoc's cloth physics. So it'd be fun to experiment with that at some point as well, to have it automatically just follow the animations. I don't know how much it would work out of the box, to be honest. Definitely be interesting to see. Just gonna bring up a collar here around the neck, here maybe. E to extrude that one. G to move it. And I want to have this one a little bit straighter. I want to have some different designs to these characters from what I've normally done, so be a little bit more creative. Alt select. And then let's colorize this now. And I'm going to leave this because that's going to be the shirt color. And at some point here, it's going to be open all the way down to here. Let's see. I have to be a bit creative here with how I do this. Control select to there. I'll grab all of this. And grab those. And the belt will actually disappear now from here. Okay, I cannot do that. That needs to be... Okay, I think I'll do this actually. I'll have to think about this part a little bit more carefully. Hold set. Tricky when you don't do just the standard stuff. I'll colorize this into that brown color. Scale 0 and brown coat. And now I have to figure out, is that the same brown color or is it just... No, didn't think so. Thought it was maybe just the way it was shaded, but it was. So, onto there. Okay, and the belt cannot go on the outside of the coat, so now we have to break things a little bit here. And I'm gonna save this one, duplicate it, hide it, because now I'm gonna try something that I might regret, so I'm gonna go to, let's see, I probably want that part to be still there, so let's think about things now. There. This is a tricky decision now to be made. This part will never be seen, so that's not an issue. But if the coat moves a little bit in the front, I might need a belt that comes around to here at least. So the way to do that would be, I could put a loop cut here maybe. Bring that there. This is tricky. And I also need to make this thicker somehow. So, and I've got that loop cut going all the way up to there, so that's no good to do. And this will have to be sorted out because it can't just stay like that. Well, it could do. Let's see. So I need to raise this out from the body, and if I pull it out, I can't because that goes there. I can't put a loop cut here because it'll go straight all the way through the face. So where it's least noticeable, I have to split this. Maybe I'll put a knife cut from here, because it'll be a triangle at the top here, but I think that's acceptable. Since I definitely have to break quad topology now when I'm putting like the integrated coat into it. It would make no sense otherwise. Okay, there. Okay, Control Z because I snapped it by mistake. I'll link it with there for now and just see if I can get this to work. Bring that out. I think this should work. Because now I have a triangle there, but that's okay. I can bring both out here somehow. And then this will have to be brown. That can stay. All that have to be brown too. G. Yeah, this is good practice. Oh, you want to make, let's see, Infancia. Your fans want you to make music video of your, oh yeah, within characters. That would be fun. Make a music. Well, the purpose is that I will rig them and make them usable. And what I like in Unreal Engine is the way you can do render animations out of the game engine straight to disk in really high quality. So, and with the Unreal Engine 5 that's coming out, I really like that new rig generation feature, because I did create my own control rig and it's pretty tedious and it gets really complex. So if that feature in Unreal Engine 5.4 is as good as it looks, that'd be super cool. Okay, so the coat, let's see if I can do this now. So E to extrude, S to scale, G to move it. I think I'll do it like this for now, and then I'll probably just tidy away any geometry like that's underneath there. So this is going to be thicker, thicker, and still have a bit of a design to it. Render animations like to video. Yes, in Unreal Engine, there's when you've set something up and animated it with cameras and whatever, it's super easy to just go to the menu and go render this one to disk, and it does automatically highest epic settings of lumen and everything. So it really boosts the quality up, and it just renders it straight to PNG files. So I really like that feature of it. If I were to make some more videos with animations in them, like I did for my Earn a Living on Selling Game Assets video, I did spend quite a lot of time animating things in Blender to render my little custom scenes. And to save time, I would have liked to get a workflow where I can do those things in Unreal Engine, because then I can reuse a lot of the animations of walking and giving something to someone or sitting. I'll be able to animate that more with a state machine like I would in a game. I don't find that the non-linear video editing, the what's it called, NLA editor, non-linear something, find that one pretty hard to work with when it comes to stringing a lot of animations together in sequence. It's all right for small short sequences, but to do something that's a little bit longer or have any logic in it, with where it says like walk from this point to this point and pick this up and give it to someone else, those are a little bit more tricky to do inside of Blender, whereas in a game engine it's more geared to you have that sort of animations in the games anyway. G, and this needs to go brown. Oh, I did. Apparently not. G. Yeah, I'm gonna bring the coat all the way down now to like all the way down to there or something. Scale Z0. Actually, I'm not gonna make it perfect scale to 0. That's one mistake I do sometimes. I'd say I tend to do everything a little bit too by the book and straight and geometrically because it's possible. Sometimes it's better to not allow that. Okay, that's got a weird shape to it, so I'll have to still scale that one out. I'll just flare the bottom a little bit more instead. Select that one, control select to there, move it out. Okay, and this I need to fix now because it shape, it'll take some tweaking to do. I think I want it to hang a little bit more straighter here, and we still have to fix the stuff under the belt there because that'll definitely break otherwise. Matrix style, yeah. I'll have to come out a little bit farther in the front. Okay, now I've got, I think, an issue here. If I do see-through. Interior faces there. I have to be careful now to not make them go through, of course. What's this? Oh yeah, I've got an extra bunch of polygons in. I have to slide these out, make them a little bit more uniformed, I think. So control select to there, GG, slide them out to there. Control select GG. Make this narrower. Tricky to grab the inner faces. Where is it? There, there. Scale, y-axis, E. E. I don't know, something like that. I'll probably put a different feature on the coat as well. Coat, trench coats, robe, cape, I don't know. Oh yeah, sunglasses will do. I'll put that on as well. Scale, and I'll also put OR scale. A different shade of brown here. These are like purples nearly. Maybe I'll do that one. And this will need to go darker as well. On the inside, I'll put some natural like, fake shading on here. There. G. I think it's the right choice to make the upper part. It'd make more sense if you wanted to take the robe off. You wouldn't reuse. You'd have to make a duplicate of this object and just do an inner body instead. It wouldn't make sense to not do this part. It'll cause too many animation problems. Oh, wreck them! I'm gonna get censored now as well for saying your name. Yeah, that was your purpose of just joining. You can leave now, wrecked. I have to say wrecked again. That brings back some memories from the 24-hour live stream. Woo. Who in here went to the last 24-hour live stream that I did? It's probably 2.5 years ago now. But we're getting closer. 20k subs to go. Alt selects. Control plus. Okay, upside down now. I cannot alt select there. I have to go Control Shift select all the way up to there. That selects all the inner ones. And just do dark. And here's, I'm going to show you what I meant. Actually, I'll do that in a second. I'll do, yeah. Put a belt buckle on. Shift E to duplicate. Scale. Oh, why is that one? And color. G. Probably put a darker blue there. E. Okay. And now I can probably start tidying away. I'll leave it for now, and when I come to animation, I'll see, because I have a feeling that these things here cause a problem. Leave it for now. 48-hour live stream. Yeah, go on. I'll show you in a minute what I mean with the different shades of colorization that I'm going to be probably doing for these new characters as well. A lot of tweaking. Okay, I've got a vertex coming through here. There. Where are you coming from? Underneath there. Okay, so I will delete what's under there now. Control plus H to hide this, and then I'll just get rid of, so you know, from there all the way to there. Delete, delete, delete. Control select to there. Delete, delete, delete. Delete. And shift. It can be a little bit tricky to see something. There we go. And there. Delete. Faces. Let's go for it. Now if I unhide, I have to repair a little bit of what I've done here. So probably should put another loop cut through this one, align it with this one. GG, and then now I can link these up. Alt Z, hold the Control key and snap, and if it's not snapping it's because here on drop down I've set mine to vertex, so I can snap that one to there. And then I'll put another loop cut here to there. And then now I can hold the Control key and snap that one there. A bit finicky here. And it's too much detail here, so GG, slide. These all be good for deformation anyway, to have the extra verts here, so that's fine. There we go. Let's try that. And still some repairing to do here now, because we have to figure out what to do on the inside. Have to hide this again. And then see how we got here. I should probably link up this face. See, that's going all the way around on the inside. This one goes all the way up to there. That's not needed. I'll mark these around to there. Is there one above there as well? It looks like it. Oh, this turned out to be good practice anyway. My low poly stuff is never really an issue because I have so many fewer polygons. That's not really a problem. Alt Z. So I'm just gonna get rid of these delete faces. They're not gonna be seen anyway. But then I have to link them up to here. So I'll press F to link these up, and then now I can just press F if I select that edge, it'll fill that in. I think pretty good. Here I'll have to, because it's by the loop. And that should work. Now I have to figure out here. I can probably hide one more. Alt select on this edge, Control plus, hide those. Hide. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll cheat here a little bit and just fill these up. Doesn't really matter. And then I have to figure out, here's some polygon. What's this one called? This one is not, I'd say this one's not needed really. It depends. If I want this to be able to swing in over, which I might actually still want to do, I'll have to keep it. So I'll link these up. Select everything, merge by distance. That took away 2 verts because I noticed that these were not linked. So I'll do that. No, I don't want to do that. Change my mind. Because I want it to be a little bit separate there, but linked there. And now I think I'll just press F to link those together. Is there a polygon up here somewhere? this one, link. So now I've got a bit of geometry on the inside here. I'll just do that really dark blue. You can find it. Let's see. Oh god, remember when Infantia had other members to model that city of various building shapes? Can you guys imagine us having a battle of the band contest if other members created their bands in? Yeah, that could be a big concert. Yeah, it was. I like that one too, and I remember how many hours it took to assemble the city afterwards. It was a super fun thing. I remember having pretty strict limitations on the type of models that were supposed to be submitted, and it also reminded me how difficult it is to conform to those, because when you bring the stuff in, when different people model it, they'll all have different scales or materials, and it was a pretty big but very educational challenge to put it together, and the end result was really cool. I think I rendered 1 million frames. I had to go to my kids' computers and everything and set everything up to render. And I had to definitely pick Eevee for the render because it still took a long time to render it. Oh yeah, drag it into UE5. That might actually be possible. That'd be a funny nanite test. So you're saying that it should be time for another... The problem with virtual band members, as mentioned there, is that it'll be even more problematic when everyone's using different rigs. I did try to make everyone to use the same rig, but it's still difficult. So how am I doing for the polygons here now? Alt H. There's a polygon. I think, is everything linked up? I don't know. We've got gaps here. Hide it to there. I'm gonna try to figure out here. We've got gaps in here. This is tricky. Oh, this is really tricky. I'll have to hide these again as well. Hide. Maybe I even have to move these out a bit. Ooh, this is tricky. Probably the trickiest thing I've been doing in a while. To merge the codes semi-seamlessly in here, so it will allow for some animation. This definitely needs a solid workflow. Oh, maybe that makes sense actually. Yeah, managed to link it up. So I just needed some polygons in there, scale it down, put it on something dark. That'll do. And then I can move this back in. That whole face, I guess. I think everything's sealed in there now, yeah. No leaky polygons. Tricky. Okay, so okay. So I'm gonna put some gloves on here as well. If I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. I'll put like half gloves on, I think. And then these I'll have to make a little bit thicker as well to make sense. Alt E to extrude long face normals, and then I'll have to Control plus. And this will need some repairing here. Alt S does a pretty good job, but not perfect. And here I'll have to bring this in. There we go. What's happened here? Oh, I missed one face when I extruded it. Of course I did. Or I missed a few faces. Alright, not to worry. That can be fixed. I'll just delete these faces. Delete. I'll delete these faces. Don't be afraid of deleting stuff. You can repair it with some basic skills. Select these. F to select or to merge the linked. Like these. F and F. F seals the gap. Mark. Mark. I'm holding Alt and clicking on the edge there. Here's the trick as well that you can do, because I wanted to do these as well. If I do Control plus, it'll actually grow into the fingers, but it also fills these. So when I do Control plus again and then Control minus twice, it actually fills those in. But I do have this edge. Goes from that one. 8, select everything, scale 0, and then bring it to dark purple here. Those are our gloves there. Okay, let's put a belt buckle on. Shift D to duplicate. And then I have to do scale, E to extrude, Alt Z to see through, bring that into there. I'll scale that. Like that. Scale Y, Control R. This one's gonna have a beard and a bit of a square head, I think. This one. Grab those. Alt E to extrude long face normals. E, oh, okay. Plus. Okay, that hair is going down too far. I'm gonna take this away. Delete faces. And okay, then select enough. Or I want that one still, maybe. Delete faces. E to extrude. Hold the Control key, snap it to there. And then we'll do A, select linked, merge, Only one birch disappeared, that's good. And let's do the link there and bring that there. And this one will have a beard and a mustache, I think. Again, I'm not going to do noses and stuff. Duplicate. Heat to extrude. Should make it still part of the face, maybe. Okay. I need some more geometry here. I'll just do that, I think. Alt-E, extrude long face normals. E. Okay, let's see if this works. Control plus. Hello? Control plus. Control plus. There. Oh, hair color. He can have some glasses of some sort maybe as well. Like was discussed before. I'll probably do a render with cycles as well. Try that. Put some virtual shading on here. Oop, that's too dark. That's nearly like the brown color. Oh, it's too dark here still. So tricky to see sometimes. What? I could hide it. Oh, come on. Alt-C. See through. That's funny, it's only one shade difference, but it seems so much darker. Let's do rendered. Oh, I don't have any lights. Yeah, I'll keep it like that for now anyway. A lot of tweaking. Okay. Now I'm gonna try that trick now that I've got with the coats. So I'll have to grab all of these. Where's that color? I think I can do L to select the link, and then I'll do UVs here instead. That only selects that shade of the colors. I'm going to do the front, and then I'll do UV, project from view, scale it down. Okay, select all of them first. Scale it down, bring it up to the brown again. And here's what I was going to use the gradients for. Scale X. And I'll find a brown again. Which one should we pick? Not that one. Right there. So I wanted something similar to that, but even going brighter at the top. Oop, I think I did. What did I do now? I've selected linked UVs. That's what I wanted to do. Y. To pale. I'll probably stick to this one. Something like... I'll see if this works. I can always change it back. That was the idea of the gradients anyway, that I should be able to get some more colors in there. And then maybe I'll still do... Put a label on here maybe. Height inset. That could be dangerous actually, because it might distort. I'll do Shift E to duplicate it. E to extrude. I'll select the link, scale Y, and put badge on there. Too thick. And then I'm gonna do a different shade in the front here probably. Down to here. That's E to extrude that one as well. I'm getting into deep water when it comes to the amount of polygons here now. I don't know, I'm just trying to do a different design here now. And then maybe I can polarize these a bit brighter. Maybe I was spanning too many colors on the other one. I'll select the link. I think so. Oh. Yeah, that's better. So it doesn't span as many colors. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing now. Let's try that. Need it to be darker in here. Ooh, walking tidigt. I'm in Australia now, so it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here now. How many polygons is too much? I don't know. This is starting to get a little bit crazy for me when it comes to polygon count. Okay, this is too bright. Out, select linked. That's too dark. So I'm guessing this is too dark too. Oh, that's why, because it was in the black. Yeah, I'll figure something out, you know. Okay. Still not so happy with this part, so maybe proportional I can do that. G, roll my wheel up a little bit. Press Y, move it in a bit. Out. It's questionable what it's like here where it comes out over this. But I think for the benefit of not having polygons penetrating through there, I think it's still definitely worth it. So Control R, okay, proportional off, scale, G, scale it down. And then I'll just do fake ambient occlusion inside there, dark. And I think I'll also do like a different color at the very bottom here. And like a fold on it. Fold plus. I can get the lines to shift a little bit as well through rotating the UVs. So it looks like I've nearly got extra polygons down here, but it's the line that, the UV line there. Okay, and I should probably do the same to this top here. So if I select the linked based on UVs and the linked based on UVs there, front view, and then we'll do project UV, project from view, and G8 select all of them, G to move them, scale it down, scale it on the x-axis, and then I'll do the same here on the top. Probably span a fewer colors there. That's it. And the belt will need to be darker then. And the belt buckle will need to be grayer. And that's it. And then now the pants are too lights inside of here. And I think I want to put some different weirdo pants on as well. I'll make them a bit wider there. Alt select. This is going to be interesting to rig. I wonder if I have time to rig. Otherwise, I'll have to split that to a different stream. But it'd be fun to try. Actually, I could have just pressed L there to select it. Okay, there's an issue. Scale 0. Thanks, Carlson. 4 o'clock in the morning. Is that? Oh yeah. Are you getting up soon? Okay, we need some features on the shoes. Put some buckle of some sort here. Height inset. No, I'm gonna put another loop cut first because I need to deform these. This rig will have probably shoes that will bend a little bit. Maybe I'll do. Shift D to duplicate, E to extrude. No, I'll make it part of the shoe. Height inset. And then side view, the Alt E to extrude long face normals. If you do that, actually, Alt E extrude long face normals, if you hold the Alt key, it'll compensate a little bit for the distortion that you get. Scale X, and then let's do. Don't know what type of shoes these are. They're different. They should bend okay, I think, around this fold here. Otherwise, you can add details. Okay, now I need some sort of eyes or glasses and slash or eyebrows. R. I'm a bit concerned with the poly count when it comes to this slice. So it could be worth doing that cut as well. Scale X. It would make sense actually. I'll try that. I'll duplicate it first though. And then save it. And then I'm going to try to do a cut this way as well. It's going to add quite a lot of extra geometry. I'll scale it on the X axis. Okay, that doesn't work. I'll have to move it in. So I'll try this, because then I can shape the arms a little bit more. I could possibly also get rid of that triangle actually on the arm or on the hand. G. G. And then I'll have to redo this badge, or I'll bring the badge up. I think I'll integrate the badge instead. I to inset and Alt E to extrude long face normals. Yeah, definitely. Come on. There. This will give me a little bit more. Oh, but we're starting to get into serious poly counts here. Scale it down and bring it in. Serious poly count. Here I sit with millions and millions at a time. Yeah. How many polygons are we at actually? We're at 702 verts, but I think it's double that because when you apply the mirror modifier. And then I'll probably shade these slightly different as well. But it's quite a detailed character for the low poly you're at. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So considering it's all this detail, the poly count is still low. I have to agree actually. Good point. Okay, now I can... Yeah, I was debating whether to get rid of that triangle because I do have that extra polygon that comes down here. I could have linked that up to that split. But then again, I might want that curve here. But I think I might try that. So I'll save it once more time. Grab that one, bring it to here. Hold the control key, and then let's see if I dissolve these. X, dissolve edges, and then I'll link these up instead. J, dissolve these ones, dissolve edges, GG, and then same here somewhere. So I need to get rid of, where's the triangle? Yeah, I might have to switch to this so I can actually see it. That seems a bit redundant. X. Dissolve faces. No. What are these, John? What are these? That's them ones. They need to be there. Control plus. Oh, it's tricky here. This one, X, dissolve. Convert. I need to link it up, but I can't really see. Okay, I'll have to do this then. Hide. And then hide this one. Now it might make some more sense here. So this is the one we want to get rid of, and this one, X, dissolve edges. Here's a triangle too. Here's a triangle, get rid of that one, dissolve, or delete face. Get rid of this angle, delete face, and this one, delete face. Okay, here I'm gonna do, I'll extrude these, hold the control key, snap it to there, hold the control key, snap it. It is good practice sometimes to do. Merge by distance should only be 2 verts. Yeah, these are the 2 that got linked, so I can now do them on and on this one, and let's see. And G. And that's it. And Alt H, that one can be brought into here. Okay, I think this will work. This arguably is unnecessary. Alt Z. Some topology issues here. Let's shrink that on D to move it. D. Alt Z. No, Z, and then go back to material preview. I think that should do. I've got some different colors in here, right? Yep. So bring them down to there. So that should do. Some extra work there. Okay. 109 my time. Oh yeah, the glasses slash eyes. So I'm gonna try GG and then do my normal eyes. Like I said, I did try to do a face, but it's not worth it. Scale. GG. And then I'll do eyebrows as well. On this character, it looks totally out of place though. I think it's because this one doesn't need the eyes, it just needs the glasses probably. I'll try with the eyebrows first though. Shift D to duplicate, scale Z, scale X. The eyebrows will probably make it work. Because I rigged the eyebrows on the other ones to test it, which was, it worked pretty good. And you can be pretty expressive, so like from there to there, it changes like the expression, and to there. Makes a big like facial expression difference. See? But you can still put glasses on him. Let's see. How's your game dev journey going on? Yeah, it's going. I'm doing a lot of stuff in parallel, so it'll have to take the time that it takes. I'm loving doing the Ultranova stuff, but I'm learning Unreal Engine in the same process, which is pretty difficult, but it's I'm really enjoying the process as well because it looks good. Like, it renders so nicely. I'm gonna try to put some face, like the glasses on it anyway, and see how that goes. I'm just gonna try something. All right, how about I chip in on? Yeah. Could do some visor of some sort. That's cyberpunk, isn't it? The big black thing like that. That would actually work. That's a VR headset, yeah. They're not glasses, but it's some sort of visor or something. E to extrude. That's the scale. E to bit. I don't know, I can make them detachable anyway. Let's see, can you show your Blender background gradient, colors and hexes preferences? Sure, I can do it. Okay, so I'll go to preferences. It's not showing my preference because I'm sharing the application. Or is it? Yeah, it's not actually showing my preferences in the stream because it's sharing the window. Guess I can add that one. Hold on. I'm just streaming the Blender window itself, so let's see if I can do window capture. No. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. So this should work. So I think I'm trying to remember where it was. Themes, 3D viewport. And then it would be theme space or gradient colors. Here we go. Vignette, and then here are my hex colors. It's 1D3755. And the black is black, so gradient low. So 1D3755. So we'll hide that one again. Cool. I'm gonna also try to set it up with and see what it looks like in rendered mode now. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of lights here maybe. I think I'm still in cycles, just want to see light, sunlight, G. Put a front light from there. to put a backlight as well. Shift D to duplicate the archer, rotate it. I'm going to try to do what I did with my other character. It was created just a board here. Let's see. Material preview. We'll do Shift A, mesh cube. Bring it down. G, Z -1. Scale, Shift Z, and then we'll do like a L. Scale, Shift Z, 100. And here I'm going to do Shift D to do, or first selected, and then item, no, view, raise the location up, not on the x-axis, no, on Z, there, and then I'm just going to do this bend tool here. Hold the control key. $90, and then E to extrude, because I did like a white shaded background on the other one. 8, select everything, shade smooth, Control R, scale X. And then we'll create a new material, new white, and the reason why I did the bend is so I don't get a sharp line at the back there. Separate those glasses out. E, selection, glasses. I'll go for a darker color here. Not that much difference on this character. Well, it's not changing that much. Ah, probably 2 different colors. 8, select everything. Yeah, that's true actually. The feet are too small. Fix that. Very good point. And they're broken as well. And I think he needs darker shoes as well. Scale, Shift Z, scale Y. Interesting that I've got that line there. Oh yeah, worked out. I'm not happy with these buckles, so I'm gonna get rid of those. Delete faces. F. Grab that one. And then we'll figure out what to do with the shoes here. They don't feel booty enough, like proper boots for Cyberpunk. Probably feels like they should be a lot thicker and bigger. And I think they're too bright. Why Unreal? Godot is just too far, like feature-wise. I just think it lacks way too much still. Like the render output of both Unity and Unreal Engine is so much higher, I'd say. Post-processing things and different volumes and shader editors and animation systems and stuff. Maybe in a bunch of years. It still feels, even the GUI, I think, for Godot is drives me nuts trying to even navigate the GUI. Feels basic like window property management is a bit crazy, I think. But maybe in the future. Yeah, I'm not a Godot fan. I know it's popular, but nope, way too purple. A lot of purples in this palette. Might have to fix that. Need more grays. Just feels like undefined lumps at the feet now. They're not really defined, so not sure just yet what to do with them. Now it feels like moon boots and stuff. Yeah. What am I doing here? Does anyone know of games that have been made in Godot actually that's been released? I'd be interested to see. Yeah, that's right, Larry. You tend to have to do the materials from scratch to support the engine features. I know that new USD format, which is like the universal scene description, is supposed to address a lot of that. I haven't tried it to the point, but I don't know. I think it'll help with the shaders somewhat, but not everything. I think it's still better at this point to recreate the shaders to suit the game engine. Asset Spadus. Okay, that's cool. I'll have a look at that one. Hey, the dragon, how you doing? No, I know how to do that. Road to Vostok. I just came from a heated discussion when it comes to Unity versus the world at the moment, so I'm in a camp where I think it's not really as big of an issue as people make it out to be. But I just focus on the game engine and the feature, and I try to maybe, I don't know, ignore the rest a little bit. I still love Unity though. It's, engine-wise, I think it's so mature, and then it's a shame that it's issues with the way it's managed, to say the least. And looking at the feature sets that's coming out for Unreal, the new version there, that's pretty crazy. All right, so I think time has come to try to rig this character and see how it goes. Might want to go slightly darker with the robe. Nope, I'll still keep it bright. And I shouldn't go brighter, should I? No, I'll keep it like that for now. Let's see. I think this is too dark though. I'll virtually shade this even slightly darker. There. All right, let's try that. Now comes the tricky one, to try to rig this thing and see if it works. Yeah, to pick a good game engine, you have to see what you need. Yeah, I think the discussion from last year with the pricing thing, that I think got quite overblown in proportion. Still a big issue, I think, when people choose engines and stay away from one engine versus the other. But I don't know, I was never really concerned about it because the changes didn't really affect like most people. So every company makes stupid decisions sometimes, I think, but I think it was pretty much handled and reverted as far as I know. All right, I'm doing little mini tweaks now. Maybe that one I'll move to make it a little bit easier to animate. Yeah, trust thing. I remember seeing the email. I'm like, I shrugged my shoulders thinking, okay. Because I know they've dug themselves into a hole. They've overspent a lot of money on useless like cloud features and making it, dressing up the company to look good for. That's the problem with publicly traded companies. Have to put on this facade that you're heading in a certain direction. So that's, I think that one was the biggest issue of them all. But once you're in that hole, I think it's not a charity, so it has to make money somehow. And then, because the game engine, I mean, when you think about the game engine itself, feature-wise, so good. But yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I should probably keep that color on that one. Yeah, hard to get out of without problems, to say the least. Yeah, it showed itself to be. Hopefully it was a bit of a lesson learned as well. Like, okay, let's try to rig this thing. So I'm gonna start by, let's see, just double check the proportions. I mean, I can tweak the shoes and stuff later on if needed. Looks like. At the same time, you should try to get your mesh as close to the way you want it before you start rigging. It's a lot of extra work to make changes. So let's try it. GG. That one needs to come in a bit. Some final tweaks. I think I might move these in slightly so I can see from the front to get the dark profile there. Oh, it looks like a priest instead. Okay, let's keep it like that. All right, rig time. So I'm just gonna Shift A, and I'm gonna do it from scratch. So single bone. Where did it go? All right. Shift A, armature, single bone. And we want to see it in front. So I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. This is going to be the first spine, but usually I do a pelvis bone that's facing straight up here, but I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So this will be the spine bone still. And I also learned to put a little smaller spine bones in the beginning here. 1, 2, and then I'll do one main one. And then I'm going to do 2 neck bones so I can get a little bit more control over how the head is moved. And then here I'm going to do the hips down, because I noticed that when you twist this bone like this instead. Control close mode. When you twist the hip here, you can actually twist the hips, so that made quite a big difference. And then we'll do Shift D to duplicate that bone. This is going to be for the legs. Maybe I'll do Z wireframe, and we should probably go X-ray on. So down to the knee, down to the foot, halfway down the foot. Pivot point there, and then I'm going to do from the side and E to extrude here. So this one is important to be flat against the ground, because I will do pivoting or the foot roll on these. Item, zero that one out. This one out. Oh, okay, not that one. Tail 0 and head 0. Pivot of the foot should be there. The knee bend here. So this bend is extremely important for the IK later on. And the pivot point for the leg should probably be even higher. There. And then here we'll do E to extrude this one. Alt P, disconnect bone. This is going to be the shoulder. And I have to think about where the pivot of the arm is going to be. It's probably going to be all the way out. E to extrude, E to extrude, and E to extrude for the hand. And then I have to do fingers here and thumb. So E to extrude, and it's going to be 3 ones for the index finger. Goes to the top view. E to extrude. Alt P, disconnect bone. Here, that's going to be the thumb. And hand needs to be placed here. So here's the elbow, and then the hand. And then we'll have to disconnect these. Alt P, disconnect bone. Okay, not all of them. Alt P, disconnect bone. Shift select, move. Shift D to duplicate. That's going to be all the bones in this hand. And this bone, I have no idea where. Delete. And now it's important to pay attention to the axis. I'm going to actually show those now. And it's important to see, because when we rotate these, they need to rotate around the x-axis. So the front ones here are all right. All of this rotates around the x-axis. This one does not. But actually the clavicle can arguably be like that, but these needs changing. And I need to extrude this one. E to extrude, E to extrude. Alt, Control R is the one to rotate the bones here, so I'll shift select all of those, Control R. And then do, actually what I could do for the arm there is I'll do Shift N, view axis. Will that work? No. Top view, Shift N, view axis. That worked a bit better. Let's see now. This could be an issue. How did I do with the other one? So the shoulder should rotate like this around the, if I go into post mode, the shoulder should rotate around the x-axis, and so should the elbow, but the elbow rotates like this. So the elbow axis should theoretically be swapped, I guess. Tab. So Control R to rotate this bone. So x-axis is main rotation. Clavicle's main. I mean, you could argue that it does about equal in both directions. Hand is definitely this way, so that's correct. Fingers. These need to roll. Control R. These need R. That's it. So they'll rotate around the x-axis. And then the question is if Z should be facing in or out. Yeah, let's do it like that. I think I'll do it like that. So it'll bend mainly towards the inner one. That's it. Tweak the thumb. The reason why I want to learn this better than just to use Rigify is that I want to have the knowledge enough like ingrained in the way I know how things work. So if I do a monster with different limbs and wings, or like for this clothing, for example, I really want to be able to understand how to do the proper rig myself so I can have full control. Okay, let's see if I do post mode now. Rotate, rotate. And then I'll do comma, no, period. I'm gonna do, nope, comma, normal. rotate X. Rotate X. Yeah. Okay. That should do. Let's name the bones. So this one's going to be hips, spine 1, spine 2, spine 3, neck 1, neck 2, head. Can you restart please? Yeah. I have to rewind, watch it from the beginning in 2 speed and then catch up. Shoulder.L. Upper arm.L. Lower arm.L. And the .L is important so we can do symmetry. Hand.L. Thumb 1.L. Thumb 2. Thumb 3. Index 1. Oh yeah, forearm. That's true. And then fingers 1. And fingers 3.L. Upper leg L. So what's the equivalent of lower leg then? Foreleg. Lower leg L. Foot.L. And toes L. I know some people name their armature bones according to knee, but that makes no sense to me because the knee is literally here. So I like to have names that are a bit more scripted to where they are actually placed. I think that's it. And now here, there's going to be some differences here too as well, but these are all deformed bones so far. But I do want to have the parent hierarchy here is wrong at the moment because these are just hanging in midair. So from this one here, I'm going to extrude because I've seen this one now. And then that one, I'm going to parent this one to that one. Control P, keep offset. Control P, keep offset. And I'm going to name this one. Actually, I'm going to do this. Let's see, should I do this? I'll do this later on because this is not a deformed bone, so I'll delete this one for now. I'll parent that one instead. P. Can I not? P. Oh, that one's already parented, maybe. It is, yeah. Okay, let's try that. So we'll try the deformation stuff first. And I will need the bones for the coat now, though. So I guess I'll just do here. Right click. So I want to try to get away with as few as possible, but I will need quite a bit here. So E to extrude. I think 3 bones is going to be the minimum. I'll have to do one. This one's going to be in the front here. So this is definitely different for me because usually I get away with my super low poly character of this size. Usually you can get away with just the main armature and then work your way around the animations. So that could be one set. Shift D to duplicate. I'll need one here. And then 2 in the back, I think. Oh, that's going to be a lot of bones. I think it's needed. Where did that? Then I duplicate it. It's difficult to see if they're in, so I might have to do in front off so I can send these in a little bit. This is going to be very interesting to see. I'm guessing the roll on these should be flipped. So everything rolls in the X direction. Whoa. Difficult to see. I'm not used to making these bones, so it's difficult to really know where they should be. Or if they should even be here to begin with. Then I have to do... Here's the question, whether you should have... I think I will have to have double bones in the back here, because if I rely on just one side, one front, and one back, then I'm not going to be able to spread the back. So this one will be... Okay, is a coat back at top. Oh, at being 1 in Swedish. 2 and 3. 2 or side back. 2 and 3. And then here it'll be side 2 and 3. And this will be front 1 and front 2, front 3. This needs to come back out a bit. I think that could do. Tricky. Oh yeah, maybe I need to have these bones higher up. I think they're starting too low. I need the control from higher up. Oh yeah, manual weight painting as well. That's gonna be a nightmare. I'm so spoiled usually with the other method. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. We'll try. I might try to do it now just to see what it looks like. So all of that should be good. Let's try it and see what happens. Control tab. It select everything. F3 symmetrize. Everything is deformed bones, so I'm going to try now. Control Shift selects the armature. Control P with automatic weights. Let's start in the safe zone. I know the eyebrows and stuff will work. These always break. It's because it's separate geometry. The quickest way I'd say to fix that is let's see. I'm going to do this. So you just do L to select the linked. Control G, remove from all. Control G, set active group. Head, Control G, assign to active group. And then that's fixed now. We've got similar issues with the beard, I think. It compresses slightly, it's not too bad. But saying that, I will actually do something. Change this, because I'm going to do the eyebrow bones and stuff. So I'm going to select the head bone, E to extrude, Alt P, disconnect bone, and here. And I think I want the pivot point of the eyebrow. On my other character, I made the eyebrow like this, but then when you rotate it, it rotates in the incorrect pivot point. I think I'm going to put the pivot point of the eyebrow here this time. Doesn't matter if it doesn't connect the whole bone. And then E to extrude this one. I'll actually do that one up. And Alt P, it's already disconnected, so I can move that down to there. And this is going to be the eye. And for the eye, I'm not going to move the eye about, but I noticed I really like the characters when they blink. So I'm just going to assign the full bone weight to the top of the eye. So, hi Andre. 5 in the morning. That's good. It's 2 in the afternoon here. Control G. Good morning. Copy weights, yeah. Oh yeah, copy weights works as well. That's actually, why am I so stupid? Thanks, Lana. That's of course the better way. Press L to select the link. Pick one vertex on the head. Oops. L to select the link. The last vertex that you do, shift select to that one, and then just go vertex weight, copy. The only issue is that it doesn't get 100%, but the whole head should actually be 100%. So you'd actually get a bit of a neck influence on it. So it's not ideal. You'd want to make sure in that case that you copy from a vertex. It's a bit unintuitive as well how the copy works. So if you're wondering, you're not like selecting one and select copy and paste. You actually select the whole bunch that you want to receive a certain weight. Then you select the last one is going to be your active vertex. And when you press copy, it will have assigned it over to these. So this one had 100% head, or like it doesn't have any other. But if we do this one, which have a little bit of a neck, I'll do Alt selecting this, Shift select this one. When I press copy, it looks like nothing happened. It's because this one's still active. But when we look at these now, it will have the same vertex weights as this one, and it'll probably still work because it's nearly 100% on the head. But for this one, I'm actually gonna do change to this one. So we'll do this one eyebrow dot L and I dot L, and we also have to move these in nicely. Yep, Tempest. It's vertex painting time. There we go, eyebrow and eye. So for this one, I'm going to be doing, well, first I need to symmetrize again. There we go. And here, now I'm going to do this way. L, select the linked, Control G, remove from all. Control G, set active group. These are so many more bones than I'm used to. Imagine if you had long hair on it as well. So we go, can I search? No, I cannot. So I'll have to Control G, set active group. I have to scroll my way to the eye. Why don't I see it? Did I not rename these properly? F2, eyebrow.L. I.L. I've got a bone that I don't recognize. I'm pretty sure I saw a different bone here that... Let's hold the Alt key and expand all of these. Okay, Shift key. There. What is this bone? Oh, okay. So this should be spine 3. And this should be neck 1. That's better. Shift click on this one to collapse it all. And then, I don't know why it's got armature 1 here. Okay, that'll do. And now we'll do back here. Alt select the linked. Control G, remove from all just to be sure. Set active group, and somewhere here. I cannot see the eyes for some reason. Ah, I know why. It's because when I did didn't create the vertex groups for the eyes. It's because when I did this, Control P with automatic weights, it actually creates those. I can do that again. Okay. But worth knowing actually is that you don't have to do it if that spoils everything. You could actually just go into the edit mode of this character. Then you have vertex groups here. I could just add here and then name them. It just goes by name. So if I name them I.L, add another one, I.R, and then add eyebrow L and eyebrow R. So now they should be available here. So I'll do L, select the linked, Control G, set active group. Now we should have eyes in here. There we go. I.L and then Control G, assign to active group. Now we have the eye. And then here, I'm not going to do, the bottom here is going to be connected to the head and the top one only to X-ray. So these 4 verts, I'm going to assign. Can I actually do, no, I cannot. That's fine. Control G, remove from all. Be careful so you don't remove all groups, because then you have to recreate them. Control G, set active group, scroll to eyebrow.L, and then, no, scroll to I.L. Control G, assign to active group. There you go. Now, if all goes right, I'll go back to the armature, Control Tab. Control Tab. So the head works, eyes are following. If I rotate the eyebrow now, it doesn't rotate the eye for some reason. Okay, what's happened there? I'll select the linked. Oh, okay, I'll put it on the wrong one. Idiot. So, Control G, remove from all. Control G, set active group. Eyebrow.L, Control G, and assign to active group. Now it should work. That's it. So we can control the eyebrows now and move them. And I can control by just moving this. I can close the eyes down. Because I want to be able to have a blinking animation. And I don't think I need to be able to move the eyes around, because it's not those type of eyes that you like look to the side. So I think I'll try it like this, where I just have the control over the closing the eyes, rotating and shifting those. So that's that. And then now comes the interesting part. So the arm, that works pretty good. Clavicle, shoulder works good too. This one, that works good. And now we come to a bit more delicate things. Fingers. Okay, the hand is influencing way too much there, so I'll have to weight paint that one. Rotate X. Okay, I'll have to do comma there. Rotate X. rotate X. Rotate X. I think those are good. Rotate X. That works. I cannot do all of them. Rotate X. Individual origins. Rotate X. Rotate X. That works. So when I do the rig later, it's pretty important that when I do this one, I'm actually going to create a driver that when you scale the fingertip control bone, an additional bone, it's going to first rotate this part of the finger to here, and then this part of the finger. And then it's going to rotate this one at the end, because when you curl it, usually you don't like curl everything at the same time. So I'm probably going to do it like that so you can pull a trigger. Because then you just animate it 50% and then it'll do that motion. Whereas if you animate 100%, it also rolls in the finger. Okay, now what we've all been waiting for. The robe. Rotate. Oh, that actually worked pretty good. Rotate. It won't really stretch this far. But to be fair, it seems to be working pretty good. Maybe that is actually one bone too many though. I don't think I'll need that many bones because I forgot. Oh yeah, I did too many bones actually. So let's sort that out. I don't need this bone. So delete bones. And then I can move these in. I'll have to just reassign everything. Control R, G. And I don't have to be afraid of this part either. Just mark it all and delete because symmetry will take care of it. Bones. Okay, that was too many. Delete bones. Let's do one. That should be good. I have a feeling that this one needs to start higher still. Because it'll look weird if it's just animating from the bottom, so I think it needs to be animated. Okay, let's try this again. F3 or tab into edit mode. Select everything. F3 symmetrize. And then I'll have to do this again. Control P with automatic weights, and then we have to do, unfortunately, the eyebrows again, but this time I should be able to do it faster. We'll do Alt select linked on both of these. Control G, remove from all. Alt select the linked. G, first of all, or the bottom of these. Turn. Control G, set active group head. Control G, assign to active group top. Control G, set active group I.L. Control G, assign to new group. Or assign to active group. And then this one, L, Control G, still got none, so we'll do set active group eyebrow.L, Control G, and assign to. That's it. We're done with that. Control tab. And now, so let's say if we do a realistic, let's try to do a pose here. I don't have IK set up yet, so can't really do this. Can't lower the body yet. I'll have to set up the IK, so we'll just this one. So let's pretend that one goes in, comes out, flares out like that. This one goes in. There's out maybe. I think this gives pretty good control. Oh, that was a leg. Let's try a bit more extreme here. Okay, we've got issues here. You cannot really fold it up too much because it'll come through, so you have to be careful. Maybe some more loop cuts are required, but I don't think I need to animate it to that level. You could probably get away with not folding it to that level. You have to be careful when you animate this though, because if you do crazy twists, it's not really going to work. I think a lot of the time it'd be a matter of trying to make sure that it doesn't break or like a leg doesn't come through it. It'd be interesting to do some test animations on this at some point to see how much, because I cannot go that far with it. Probably have to fold it the other way instead. So that was one example of it. It seems to work. I guess you don't really know until you try to animate a proper animation. I don't. Let's pretend that we need the whole thing to go straight back. He's running super fast or flying through the air or something. Rotate. Because then these will need to fold into the side. It's not going to be able to fly off from the shoulder though. That's one of the limitations when I integrated the thing into the... So I could not make it literally fly up and fold under the arms here and go back because we don't have the body there to do it. So this is about as much as you could get it to come up, I think. Which I think will look fine. I guess. What do you think? I think again the main thing would be to just prevent it from legs sticking through, so you can, like when this leg comes up like this, so you can move this one out of the way. And I wonder if I can move this one. Yeah, I can actually do G to move this one as well. So even if it comes up to here, funny walk, I can G to move on all the way up to there. Rotate it. Yeah. See ya. Or did you say see you? That one looks nice. See you as in see ya. Okay, here's a problem. Have I broke this one or is it just the lighting? Yeah, it's broken. Oh, you have to be super careful when you animate this. This is broken too, see? Where it's black here. Black for a reason. It's because the interfaces here are getting pulled through. Yeah. Wow. Like here it's fine. I think the only way to do this one is to reduce the weight paint on the inner side. Maybe we can try that. Or I just have to make sure, actually this is probably the baddie. Okay, I should definitely have a cut at least where here I'm starting to realize. Let's try it with so if I do Control Tab, Object Mode, Control Tab, or no, Tab into Edit Mode, Control R, and then Control R down here as well. I think we might just need a lot of extra. Yeah, I think that's at least a minimum. I guess this is a pretty extreme case as well. Ooh, okay, let's try to weight paint our ways out of this one a bit. But then we'll have a different problem, because if I weight paint it out, I think... Let's try it. Control Tab, weight paint. And then I'll Alt click on this bone. Alt click on this one. We can see how much it's affecting. Here it's actually coming through as well. So if I reduce the strength, or weight 0, let's see. Paint. Oh, it's not actually even allowing me to paint that one because it's come through all the way. Or I'm on the wrong side actually. I'm just gonna try to reduce the weight on this one, strength down. Ooh. I'm gonna try to reduce it on the inside here. All right, Endel, take care. Good night. I have to finish this stream in about half an hour as well. Time to pick up the kids. Okay, I think in terms of animating this, it would have to be a matter of doing subtle robe things. Anything extreme, like you do something, let's say you wanted to do an attack animation where it's like really, really expressive. You have to be really careful with how you animate the robe. I think it's probably good enough. You might want to have a little bit more control over the lower part of the tip, because these are pretty long steps. The problem is that it won't really support folds the way it would naturally. Maybe let's see if I try and move this one. Is that coming through? Difficult to see. No. Back face coat. Yeah, there's even here there's a bit of a back face. And even if you get a pose here, that's good. The problem could be transition. Let's try this one. Animate. 8, select everything. Go back to frame 1. which I thought was one on the keypad. Home. No. Let's see. I'll do insert, location, rotation, and then Alt G and Alt R, insert, location, rotation. So when you animate now, you could actually have issues here in the animation part as well. There. It's going through there. Wonder if there's a way to make back faces light up instead, like super bright. I mean, because the alternative of having a long robe and not rigging it, especially to this level of detail, it wouldn't work either. And the alternative, if it does break too much, I think, unfortunately, the fix for that would be if I save this one, Control Tab. Let's delete this animation actually. There. The problem or the fix would be, the only way I can see it, to subdivide these bones. You can do that, right? Subdivide, yeah. And then adding more geometry, I think. Ooh! I want some Balkan Eastern European motifs. Cool, thanks for the super chat. Balkan, let's see, I don't see your full name. The chat won't allow me to see your full name. Balkan, I see though. Yeah, so Zana said about modeling it as a cloth and not a thick mesh. Yeah, with double-sided rendering, that's one way to do it, because then you don't have to worry about it coming through. The only thing though, it looks, for low poly models, it would look like it's super thin. Like, but you might be right. You'd have to just have a sheet of single polygons with double-sided rendering. I think it's worth, I'll stick to the way it is now and see how doable it is to create a rig for it as well. Sometimes when it comes to 2D, oh, here we go. Let's see, armature. Oh yeah. I have to be super careful when I can understand why there's not too many people, like in 3D games, there's not a huge amount with super long clothes. I mean, I think it'll work good enough. And every time I say that, I nearly change my mind already. That it might not. You'll also have stretching when it comes to these bones. Yeah, extreme animations. I think I'll keep it like this to see how it behaves. So let's see, we've got another half an hour. What I'll try to do now is I'm going to create the bone collection for this one. This one's going to be called Def or Deform. All of these are deform bones now. And then I'm going to be I think, let's double check these again. Just no. Oh yeah, we had an issue with the hand affecting this too much. So I'll do Control Tab, select the armature, shift select this one, control tab, weight paint, and then select the hand, alt select that on, and then weight 0, strength max, and then I'll just remove any hand influence. And you can actually pose this one while you paint, which is pretty good because now you can see. And then it'll snap back when you unpaint it, so you know you've done it right. And you can even hide geometry here. So if the hand is getting in the way here, I'll shift select these, go all the way up to there and then back. So I got the thumb as well. And then press H to hide and then tab. And now I can weight paint this without any problems. There we go. So the hand won't affect it at all. Now that's it. And then Alt H to unhide it. Alt tab. And that's better. Maybe it should actually influence it slightly because it looks a bit weird when it's totally like not affected by it, but I'll leave it for now. Alright, so that's it. So we've got our deformed bones. Now comes the trick. Usually I just start animating. I'll add IK to this one and then I'll just start animating. But I will have to do this a little bit differently now. First I'm going to call this armature. That's it. Oh yeah, full game from scratch to final, that would be crazy. It would be a long one. Yeah, I don't... It depends. A quick game I could make. I made one super quick one. And sometimes I put my... Oh, you mean a tutorial? That would... I mean, a watch over the shoulder would be possible. Alright, so... I'm going to duplicate all of these bones now. And create a new group. And then assign them to this new group. Hello? Assign? Assign, assign. It should show up here that they're assigned. Okay, I duplicated the whole armature. That's not. Tab into edit mode. 8 select everything. Shift D to duplicate. Plus rename this one to DRB for driving bones. And then assign them and then take them away from this group. Now I can toggle, they'll look identical now, but now I can toggle between these two. So I've got, okay, and I didn't select, okay, I've got an animation on those. Let's get rid of this. Hit select everything, delete, Alt R, Alt G. So I've got a deformation bone now and a driver bone group. These will not be doing anything to deform the rig. So I have to go into the bone tab. If you unclick here now, you'll see that some of the bones will still have deform, and you have to press Alt and click on this one. That will actually deform, select deform for all of the bones. So, and I'm on the driver bones now. So these are all, then I also have to rename them because there'll be another set of bones here now called .01. And there's, again, there's a nifty tool built into Blender, Control F2, and then you can do all, or no, selected. And then we'll do set name. I'll prefix these with DRV for driver. Prefix. And this needs to change to bones as well, easy to forget. And then there. And then we need to strip the extra numbers here on the end. So that can also be done with Control 2 or Control F2. And then we'll do strip characters, digits from the end. And then strip another one. Strip characters, punctuation from the end. So for those bones that I've got selected now, then it just stripped those from the names as well. So then we've got our driver bones there. Yeah, you forget about the tool to do Control F2 for the naming. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. I actually wrote my own scripts to do that before in Python until I realized that that was built in as well. So here's where I find like a bit clunky when it comes to the way things are working in Blender, because all the tutorials that I've seen are doing something similar to this, and this is all just to get the custom rig and the IK and FK switching to work properly. There must be a better way to do that in Blender. I hope that that comes one day, because the only way to do it now is that I need to copy so that the drivers are actually driving the deform bones, because you're not meant to be animating these. And like in all my other videos, I always end up, it's not worth usually creating a custom rig for those low poly characters, so it's not worth spending all that time to create the custom rigs, because it's going to be a basic walk animation or a basic attack. But if you want to do IK switching for arms and legs, I don't see any way around this, which is pretty tedious. It's alright if you're like a dedicated artist to do a few characters, but usually I want to bulk create like 100 characters or something. So it's yeah, it's a shame. But this is apparently how I've seen that you do it, and I need to link all of these bones now so that the deformation bones are driven by the driver bones. They will be actually the one that you animate and control with IK and stuff. So if I show both groups, I need to add constraints now to Control Tab. Let's see. So they're actually overlaying each other now, and this bone, the spine 1 bone. Actually, I should come out of this one. Back. So this hip bone needs to be driven by the driver bone. Let me know in the comments if you think this is super confusing, because I think it is. And the way to do it is that you pick the driver bone first, shift select it, then I actually selected the hips behind, Control Shift C, I thought. Or is it just Shift C? No. Control C. Control Shift C. Hello. Oh, okay, I need to be in pose mode. Okay, Control Tab, pose mode. So I select the driver bone, shift select the hips bone, Control Shift C, copy. Can you even see that one actually? I think you will, hopefully. Yeah, Control Shift C, and then copy transform, and then that should have put onto my hips bone now. It's created a copy transform from the driver hips bone to copy the thing to this one. The reason why you do this is because you want the rig to be animated, and then whatever the deformation bones, they need to be inheriting those or copy the transforms from those. It's pretty stupid that it's like so complicated, because now there's no way to bulk do this either. I mean, Rigify does it, so, but if you want to create, or if you need to create your custom rigs because Rigify doesn't have the configurations with the cloak, for example, or the coat, then you'll have to do it. So the way to do it now is to do it again. Select this one, the driver bone, shift select this one, Control Shift C, copy transforms. So again, that would have taken the driver 1 spine bone and copies the transformation onto the spine 1 bone. There is a slight way to do it, which is a lot faster. I think not a lot faster. I'm lying now again. So you select the driver bone, shift select the spine bone, and then you can just do Shift R now, which repeats the last one. So that works as well, but I still have to go through it and do like this for every bone in the whole hierarchy. Unless I do a Python script that does it. But I'll go through it. Okay, I actually did it wrong there. So I select that one, select neck, Shift R. Okay, now I've lost the Shift R ability. I need to do that. There we go. And then head, Shift select, Shift R. Eyebrow, Shift select, Shift R. That one, Shift select, R. And I think I can mirror these, hopefully. Well, let's try that anyway. So I have to link all of these up. Does this make sense to any of you guys that are watching, that this is something you'd have to do? Just to get the secondary rig bones collection to do it. I wonder how other applications like Maya and stuff do this. if it's as... Oh, I'm doing the wrong direction. I ended up, I think, with the driver here. I ended up in the wrong order, so that's a tricky one. I have to select this one, make sure it's the driver bone, and then shift select. Shift C. Okay. Control Shift C. Copy transform. The copy transform constraint is basically just saying copy whatever rotation and location and scale another thing has. So that's all that does. This one's incorrect too. Driver bone, shift select, Control Shift C, copy transform. Driver bone, shift select, Control Shift C. Driver bone, that one, and then Shift R I can do now instead because that's the last action that I did. Driver bone, that one, Shift. Driver bone, this one, Shift R. Driver bone, this one, Shift R. Driver bone, again, Shift R. Those are done. Do the legs, and I have to do it for the stupid robe as well. Okay, I've accidentally subdivided my legs, apparently. Interesting. I didn't want to do that before. When did that happen? Hide the deformation bones. Or the driver bones. Okay. Okay, we've got a problem here. I think I can just dissolve bones. Okay, apparently not. Like, right click. I don't know why that one's... Did someone see me do that? Oh, strange. Right, let's go back to the deform bones. I have to do the same for these now. Oh, that's good. I didn't know you could dissolve the bones like that, but that makes sense. So select this one. You go back into pose mode. Select the driver bone. Shift select. Then I need to show this one. Select the driver bone. Shift select. Control Shift C. Copy transform. Driver leg. This one. Control Shift C. Copy transform. Driver leg. This is so... And I hate manual like stuff that you need to do. Driver toes, Shift R. And then for this stuff, I feel a Blender plugin. I need to write one, I think. Okay, I'm gonna save this one out and see if I can do symmetry on this instead. Hopefully it'll copy those constraints, because I'm not doing it for both sides. And since the weight painting goes only by names, then it should work. To move all of this. Delete bones. Select all. F3. Symmetrize. Let's see if it's kept those links now. Control tab. Pose mode. And yes, the driver copy is working. So you only have to do it on one side at least. The upper arm.r is inheriting from drv upper arm.r. That's good. Okay. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to let's see. I'm going to split this up to a separate live stream. We've done all the rigging and we've connected all the proper bones for the drivers. So I'll be splitting this into a separate, the next live stream I'll schedule that one. And we're going to create a custom rig that drives the IK switching and stuff. That's probably good to have in a separate live stream anyway, because it's going to take probably 2 hours to do that part as well. And then the idea is I'll iterate over that one over and over again, and then repeat it for a new character. Hopefully the future characters won't need exactly so many bones when it comes to the code. So I can probably get a bit better routine and find shortcuts along the way. The purpose of these live streams will be to go through it, do it over and over again. A bit like the 10-minute mulling challenge where I did it over and over and over again, and then you'll start to find like, oh, this could be made better, or this could be made better. And then possibly I could also make a script, I think, in Python that will do some of the tedious work for you. Because I've got this Crispoly one where I noticed that there's no such thing as copy bone transform. If I save this one, let's say I go out of edit mode, or I go into edit mode for this bone, rotate like this bone behind there, and grab it and put it over there. There was no way to copy the bone, the head and the tail and the roll of a bone from one bone to another. So I wrote a little Python script to do that. So if I do this one and I press copy bone transform, and then I can paste it on this one, and it'll snap it back to that one. I actually found that was pretty useful because I needed to do some rework on my fingers and align them again. And there was no way to do that the way I could, like with vanilla Blender. So when I did this one, I'll be releasing an updated version of this one anyway, but I found that one to be super useful when you need to align those deformed bones against. All right, so, but I'll finish this live stream here. I hope you found some of it useful. Again, I think the more I do it, the more I'll find out that what works and what doesn't. So I should be able to sort that out. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. There's a premiere as well in a few hours, so you might want to catch that one. That's going to be my normal Thursday slot in Europe and Australia. No, in Europe and in the United States. In Australia, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Steven, you missed everything, sorry. I'm just rounding off now. So let's schedule in another one and let's keep it going. So until next video, have a great one, and I'll see you in the Discord as well. In Fancy Discord, check out the description not in this video because I haven't put the link there for some stupid reason. So check out the previous video and jump into the Discord there as well if you want to have a chat. So sorry if you just joined the stream. There'll be another one at some point. So I'll see you then.